Welcome to
Wait, did you guys change your
episode
names on
9.
Discord?
What? No.
Everybody's picture's in a different spot.
You have the one-shot people up.
Oh,
You have the one-shot names.
It's true. Well,
stand by.
if you want to watch the one shot, it is live on the channel. If that's not fuck it, goes to the video. I can talk to people that are here because they might come. Check it out. It's for the Last Blades saga, and it continues with Warden finding some interesting folks. It was a good time. I had a lot of fun actually.
It was fun to
it was a
watch, honestly.
time.
Fucking Leclerc Le Houli here.
God damn it. What a champion. Can we just talk about how proper that man sipped wine?
It's true.
I mean, I don't want to be the only one talking about it. I want us to have a discussion. I also need to wine.
A full discussion.
Yeah.
Billy always cracks me the fuck up too.
Dude, Billy's
Billy's hilarious. That shit was so funny. That one edit was just too
This is the
good.
first guy I've actually questioned.
That killed me.
That was amazing. That was really good.
That was so funny. Well, yeah, I guess for me, the only announcement, the one shot. It's been a couple weeks. We got Hurricane Ida or Ido.
Today.
Cheeto.
Idris Elba.
Kind of fucked up our last get together. Cut it short a little bit, but that's okay. And yeah, so it's been 2 weeks since we played. I'm pumped to get back into it. And yes, this week you have an announcement.
This weekend, well, next weekend is the Innistrad Midnight Hunt release for Magic the Gathering, meaning this weekend is the pre-release weekend, and boy howdy did we get a shitload of Magic boxes. So go for Mafia.com. If you're not in the Champaign-Urbana, Illinois area, come on into the storefront on University Avenue in Champaign, in Urbana. If you are in the area, get your box, get your tickets. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're also probably going to have some special Friday night drafts coming up soon as well. So keep an eye out for those. Some mystery booster packs as prize support, etc. So go for Mafia.com, get your dice, get your cards. Don't be a stranger. Maybe give someone a stranger. I don't know, but go check them out. They're great.
Classic. Stranger.
Have we read the YouTube terms of service? I say
We
that
have
knowing-
not.
that knowing
But I
the
watch a
service.
lot of YouTube, and a lot of shit flies. Just so you know.
That's what I
Alex
was-
Jones used to be on here.
You anticipated where my question was going. How absolutely unhinged can we be?
Oh, you could be pretty. Yeah, you can.
Pretty unhinged.
I have
you
a
can be pretty
question.
unhinged.
Yeah.
Can
What's
I
the question?
Can I smoke legal substances on YouTube?
Pretty sure I've seen someone do cocaine. So
Oh God.
what you have to do is
It's cilantro. Just say it's cilantro or whatever. Mint.
I think you have to say it's for research.
Oh, I already like YouTube better. I already like
Okay.
it better.
That
already
was
like it
the end
better.
of that channel.
Yeah.
Little did
And
they
they were
Here
never
lies.
seen from
Little
or
did
heard
they
of
know you
again.
can't smoke weed on YouTube. A
For educational
mature- and
research
mature
and
audiences?
educational. Yeah.
It was a dandelion. It was weed.
That is a weed.
It was movie mint.
Movie, man.
Stage mint cigarette.
Well,
These are for children.
to recap, you guys left the vault, said goodbye to Warden in the Last Blades, and who knows what they're up to as you guys made your way into Mylari after a very unceremonious ceremony of funeral rite with the Were Raven. As you got into town, you guys decided to split up, not give the gem that you went to the vault for back to the Arc Druid. And immediately Surge and Sphinx made their way to the tall glass where Surge's audition was. And that's getting there a little bit late, realizing Mertz had already won the headline spot, but after a little bit of begging or pleading to Loris, was able to convince her to get another performance, where she then led him down to the basement in this little dark cellar with eerie shadows on the wall as they went down there and descended. Surge played one song, I believe it was called Rat in a Cage. It did not go over so well. And that was when Hurricane Ida knocked us out. The other part of the party, Lionel, Quoben, and Pem, went to the monastery of Bidar Kast, where they met with the silent monks as they investigated the Knight's Radiance a little bit, and some a little bit about the lycanthropies, and then asked for basically a reference on the Archdruid and if he was to be trusted. Upon leaving, they saw a tall plated figure in all of this dark purple armor, head to toe, helmet and everything, walking to a bit of a tool shed almost behind the monastery. They followed up and knocked on the door to see what was inside. Well, that is where we'll start. We'll start with you three as you come to the tool shed and knock on the door with a little. I believe we cut right there with you guys, so just.
Oh God, what's Coben sound like?
You guys waited, a minute or two. No response.
How big does it look?
The door or like little
The
shed?
building attached.
It's like a
Like I've knocked on a small building, right? And like it's pretty. Why wouldn't
Yes.
they hear me? Like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like it's very
Yeah.
confusing how they wouldn't have heard this knock.
It's like a utility shed for a monastery where you would think they would hold like cleaning equipment or stuff just to.
Well, that's peculiar. I wonder why they wouldn't have come answering. Can I do a lap?
Yeah, of course.
Investigate, obviously.
Yeah, you can roll an investigation check, but initially on your little
I think-
walkabout, it doesn't take long to walk around.
I think I'm specifically looking at the ground wall, like where the wall meets the ground. So I found a mouse hole before.
True.
So
A mouth hole?
Mouse hole.
Mouse.
Oh. Head's completely somewhere else, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, just doing a once over. It's probably like a 12 by 12 building. It's definitely like a shack, so it doesn't take you but a minute just to walk around. And
Is the door
Yep.
locked?
I got a.
you guys
6.
have only knocked.
I got a 6 on my
Can I check the
investigation.
handle?
It does seem not locked, but almost as you like check it, it doesn't seem to like budge on the door. Like you can pull and like both doors kind of like move a little bit, as you can see that it is barred from the inside.
Okay. Could it only be barred from the inside?
Yes.
Wait, that's not even my character.
Is it a wood door?
It is a wood door.
That investigation
Can I-
might be a different number. It is 8.
Come on, Pam.
Yep. No bonus information.
Can I do a quick peer into the crack I make with the door, like opening? Can I even peer through that, or is it like too narrow to?
Barely. It's a really small
Okay.
gap here, but it is very dark. It's here.
Okay,
even
I'm
with-
20 dark vision,
Yeah, even with dark, I guess with dark vision,
120 feet too. I don't know.
make
if
a
that makes
perception
sense.
check.
Sure.
I'd say with disadvantage because you're looking through a crack.
Okay. 15 with disadvantage.
You're able to like shift your gaze and kind of take the angle. And you do see like wheelbarrows and shovels and stuff. and you do see like strange figures kind of scurrying around. That with the 15 you're able to make out. There's like lots of rats. There's like running around.
Okay. I will shut it, or at least like let it go, let it be, and I'll wait for Quoben to get back. Who else is with us?
Pem.
It's me, Quoben, and Pem. Okay.
There's no more. I didn't find any mouse holes, right?
No mouse.
There's no small rodent exits. Unlike the last time we investigated.
Do we want to go in?
Can we?
Seems as though there are rats or mice even scurrying around in there. I checked. Checked through the little crack of the door.
Suspected. Well,
It's your
I
call,
don't-
sir.
Well, it's illegal to break into things, and quite frankly, I'm quite exhausted from our day. I'm not really up to it. Don't
We
think.
could
unless-
come back. We could come back tomorrow.
But
tomorrow night or something.
We don't know if our armored friend will even be in town.
You're right.
The
I guess.
temple
then it's-
representative seemed quite hesitant to make any type of action or promise any kind of support for what's going on.
Well, are we going in or not?
I don't think it is appropriate for us to break in after only seeing an armored figure.
That's fair. We can do something else.
Well,
I don't know. We can come back later and
The-
investigate.
the
Break in later.
I'm trying to remember what the Nazarene Corporation was trying to buy several different venues, and were having trouble with it. One was the brewery, one was the Church of Sahanin, which they bought out, and the other was Maggie and Miley's, I believe, which had issues of its own.
Do you think they're in danger?
I think potentially they are. Well, if it is true that they were having trouble buying out the Lone Wolf Brewery, and we know that, I forget his name, but our friend, the owner, was poisoned.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's a connection between where the Nazarene Corporation wishes to own and the mishaps that have been going on since we've arrived here in town.
Maybe they're responsible for all the kidnappings.
Ah, yes, the kidnappings.
We should rest tonight.
Where should we? Are we staying in the Maggie and Miley's? Are we staying in the Archdruid's tree?
I don't think we want to go to the Archdruid, right?
I agree. We were just in prison there. Wrongly. Which means we could be imprisoned at any moment for no reason. Should we?
Yeah, you did exchange your guys' basically freedom for the promise of returning the gem, which you guys have chosen not to do
As of yet.
as of yet.
Who are you
should
talking
we-
to, sir?
What?
Who are
No,
you
I was-
talking to?
I
As
was
of
just
yet.
thinking. I was just thinking that we promised to turn in the gem, but we haven't as of yet.
I'm not sure we should.
I
don't know that the druid
Also
can be
unsure.
trusted.
I suppose we could just walk by the brewery on our way back to Maggie and Miley's to see But if something happens, I am not prepared.
I'm really not either.
Sure. Why don't we head back to Maggie Miller's in full rest?
Yeah. It's a good
Okay.
plan.
I think that is probably the best path forward as well. What time is it? Is it late?
No, it is like early afternoon.
Shit. Yeah, I'm like... I could use a long rest.
Well, we could send the mail on our way back. We haven't been to the post office to send our new mail, so
Mm-hmm. Maybe we even received something, sir.
perhaps. Let's go check the mail.
Mail time.
Here's the mail, it never fails, it makes me Shout out to Steve. Shout out to Steve for coming back all those years later.
Shout out to Steve. I'm gonna pour one out for Steve into my mouth.
All right, as you guys walk away and head through town, everyone, all three of you make a perception check. I was gonna say insight, but I guess if you want to make an insight, you can.
15.
5.
9.
Bobin, heading back through town, you can see that most of the town is kind of retired. Like, it's early afternoon. Shops are usually open till when the sun starts setting, but people are kind of closing up shop, and you can see that the festivities for tomorrow night are starting to bubble. The Citium glow, and excitement is there, and just the energy of the town is, everyone's trying to get that good night's rest before big day tomorrow. And with the 15, you do notice that some guards of the Bloodwood definitely take note of you, clock you, and almost seem to see, like, watch where your guys are going. As you then as opposed to going into the Shrobai Wood, you take a little turn and head into Rousset Row.
I'm trying to decide if I want to deal with this right now. I am exhausted. We're being tailed
Very
by
tired as well.
the blood gods.
You're not so much being tailed.
I see.
It is more or less clocked you, and you can tell that word has at least gotten around that you're back in town, and you know that the word from them, as it kind of echoes up the food chain, it's only a matter of time before Fukuka hears about you. And he does know you guys are staying in Maggie.
I want to make sure to make prolonged eye contact with one of them.
Okay.
Just dead-faced. Stare at him watching me. And then we go to the post office.
Right.
Do we have the gym with us? Like, who has the gym?
Have it.
I believe Lionel's carrying it.
I wonder if we should try and safeguard it somewhere for the time being.
We don't have any.
Is it in the little bag of holding?
I think so.
No, I think it's in my own bag.
Okay. All right. With that note of you guys pivoting, we will.
Rock you.
God.
Yeah. Gotta send some mail
Reminds me-
another time in this campaign. Gotta put a stamp on it.
That reminds me of this kid in high school, Tyler Cook, who would always, like, randomly, if class was too quiet, he would just try to he'd just go. And he just, like, he'd do it, like, twice, like, oh, no one wants. It was like his own little joke that I thought was funny as fuck. Anyways, as you guys are in the basement of the tall glass, and it's at the again, because we got cut off by the hurricane. Serge, you're on stage. You've just played a song to a mostly unresponsive crowd as you barely even turned heads from the gambling tables. So you see people throwing dice at one table, playing cards at another, and then even in a different table, you see it's like a large craps table. Like, people like cheering like they would at a craps table, but it's definitely small lizard racing.
Oh.
And
Okay.
as you kind of do like thank you for your first song, Rat in a Cage. You're just about to start your second song. All the torches in here kind of flicker, and you can occasionally out of the corner of your eye, it feels like they flicker, and the shadows of it kind of look like little shadowy, towering figures that can be looking at you. But when you go to look back at them, they fade into the flickering shadows of the torches.
All right. I stand on the stage and I'll say, I'll be. Give me 1 second before this next song. Sving, can you come here real quick?
I'll just give Angela Merkel, whoever that dude's name is.
Mercs.
Yeah, Mercs. I'll just give him a stink eye and run over to Surge. Y'all, what's up, buddy?
Pick a number, 1 or 2.
2.
2, thank you. It's always number 2. That's my theory. Okay, thank you. I just needed to know what song I needed to play next. Keep an eye on Mercs, yeah? And these shadows, the lights. Have you noticed the lights of the shadows? That's not normal.
No, I have not. I've not been paying attention. I've been keeping my eye on your asshole buddy over here. Also, what kind of song is the next song? Is it going to be like super?
Well, you know what? I see a lot of gambling around here. I think I'm gonna do a song about gambling. Try to play to the people. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Play to the crowd. Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
I don't leave.
You could.
I'm still
go back
standing
to the
here.
bar, get a saucer of milk, keep an eye on Mercs.
Oh,
You gonna stay
yeah.
here?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go get some milk, honey, and bourbon as a drink, I guess.
Okay.
Try that out.
Bartender does look at you like quizzically, and then is like gives you honey and bourbon, and then just gives you like the splash of milk.
I will take it like a Boilermaker, I guess.
Right. And Loris kind of comes up to you, Serge, and it's like, "We need a second song. Everyone auditioned with 2 songs."
Yep. I'm ready. Here I go. I will look around at the tables and I want to pick out like 4 gamblers, maybe like 1 big winner and 2 big winners and 2 like smaller just at the tables, whoever, right? Because I want to use a skill, but
yeah,
it's up to you
look
and
kind
their
of close at
chances.
one of the nearby tables. You see the craps like lizard table, the lizard racing table. You see one of them just like and then cheer and then like give a high five to somebody just like because they obviously lost, and then just do like a huge like raking in of whatever you can't really see because of the rim of the table, but he's just raking in something that's clanking, making noise, either coins or sort of chips or something. And yeah, there's a few nearby. Yeah, there's plenty of people around here. I described it last time, but there's like a rafters above you, and then also just a gambling den down here of probably 50 plus people. So it's a small room, but it's well packed.
Okay. Because I want to try to charm a couple of them.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say I'll do like 3 in the gambling den and like 1 up in the balconies.
Okay. I'm assuming you're using Mantle of Inspiration? Or Mantle of something?
Well, enthralling performance actually.
That's
The mantle was the quick boost everyone get out of the dragon's
okay.
chamber thing.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
all right. I'll make some saves here. What's your spell DC?
What does it say? 14.
They all failed.
All right. They're gonna know the words. They're gonna sing along, and they're gonna act like they're my biggest fans, and they're gonna get their buddies to try to, really sway the whole room around them.
Yeah.
All right. So I start strumming my lute, and I start singing my lyrics, and it goes something like this. You gotta know when to hold 'em. Know when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away.
Away.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Know when to run.
Make a performance check. I'll say with advantage with the enthralling.
Amazing.
All right. What do we got here?
Is
Performance?
Mercs drinking anything down here?
He is not.
I'll go get. As
That's
soon as
the
the song
first
starts,
one.
I'm gonna go get 2 ales.
Oh shit! First one's a 9. Second one, please be better. That was a nat 1 on the first one. Jesus. All right, 16.
Not bad.
16. Yeah,
Mhm.
you get the guy who just won kind of like turns his head, and then like the people that you have charmed. Oh, so with the enthralling performance, like something very glamorous happens. What can you describe kind of what that is?
Oh, they're all. Let me see. They're rocking out. They are. They're holding up their little flames and lighters, and they're swaying, and they're grabbing onto their buddies that even they don't want to sing, but
Yeah, they're forced.
they're like, something like that. Something like it's like not everyone is into it, but the guys that are into it are trying to get the other people into it.
All right, as you start a little sing along down here, it's a few other members like at the tables where you've charmed people, then start to join in and like, oh, wait, you know this song? It was like, Bob, and and kind of drunkenly singing along as you like kind of starts like in small like little bursts, like one over there, one over there, one over there, and then as they start to turn heads, and you do see about right at the the golden moment of the song, like 63.5% of the way through your song, when you're about to hit that Phil Collins, you see a shadowy figure kind of in the top balcony, just huge, monstrous shadow, just kind of cascade along the back wall up there. And then you see, like, from here, you can only kind of see this corpulent figure just kind of holding onto the rails that is massive. Very fat. I think I described him as fat bastard.
Yeah.
And you can see you've caught his attention too, partway through your song. But it seems to go over well. I mean, for first time kind of performance of it, to have people sing along is even being charmed. Does go over well, and Laura's kind of goes up. Oh, that second one was very nice, actually. And I mean, your clientele not ready for music. As long as, I mean, you're not giving them any coins, so I don't see that why they would even pay attention to you. But for some reason, flashy performance. And then Merc's just like, I've seen that trick before. He kind of gives a long sigh.
During the song,
Okay.
as soon as it had started, I wanted to go up to the bar and get 2 beers.
Yep. You're
Take
able to couple.
Take
silver.
one over to Merc's, slide a hand poison into his. See
You're gonna
the
kill this guy.
vibe. So I'm gonna walk up. I got a beer in my left hand, beer in my right hand. I just
Which one's
arm around
poison?
his shoulder with the poison
Okay.
beer and kind of like insist that he drink it. I'm gonna start chugging mine.
You can slide a hand check.
I'm gonna try. I don't know if you've seen A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Nah.
I've only
Seth
seen 100
MacFarlane.
Days to Die.
Anyway,
It's been a while, yeah.
I'm trying to do that
Wow.
thing where Seth MacFarlane's girlfriend poisons.
Okay.
So what do I need to roll here? First, a sleight of hand.
Slide a
check,
hand.
for sure. Okay. Come on, TaleSpire. That's a 5. Not going well.
As you get both ales and kind of poison one on the. All right, as you kind of dump one in and kind of go back, you can see you have you're high wisdom, right?
No,
What's your passive insight?
No.
14.
That's pretty good for level 3. Yeah, you're able to.
14.
You see one of the like the red band kind of like holding. They would be the equivalent of the security at this place. Kind of like makes eye contact with you and then kind of like leans over and can see him talk to somebody else as they then kind of both make eye contact with you, but they also don't come towards you. You're able to clock this thing, but this interaction, but they also have a like look on their face that they want to see how this plays out.
Okay. I'm gonna. So the song's going on. Everybody's starting to get in the mood. There's people, arms are locked, swinging. I'm just gonna go do the same thing to Mercs and kind of apologize for attacking him earlier and try to get him to drink this poisoned ass beer so that he shits his pants on stage tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Kind of just looks at you and just goes, all right, well, I appreciate you. Nothing but a bar fight, right? And plus, I still have the headlining spot anyways. Old Klopp, you can never take something like that from me.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't see you perform, but do you really think this guy's going to outdo you with this stupid slow-ass song? You know, he's usually a hard rocker. He plays fast and loose. This is, what, bluesy? Jazzy? I don't know.
I don't know those words or those genres, but all I can tell you is he's not playing the classics, and that's what I will, as you put it, rock the stage tomorrow night with, as the Iridium glow overtakes the entire city. It'll be beautiful.
Oh, can you tell me a little bit about the glow? Like, how is the festival? Is it super crazy? Or is it just
It
like
should be quite crazy, actually. Largest turnout in years. And he,
Hey!
thank you for the, and he gives you a cheers with the ale, and then just takes a big swig.
Hell
out of it.
yeah. Hell yeah, he does.
Pull up that.
Look directly at the guards and wink.
Power move. No, I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't see him.
Sure. So after your performance ends and you get off stage, Loris comes up and goes, "Okay, that was very good. You gave you 2 songs. You came through. Wonderful. I'll push back a couple of the other performers. You can go right before Merc. You can open for him."
Thank you. I knew you would see it. I got fans. You can see they like my music. Thank you, Loris. Thank you.
I believe in you, Serge. I haven't heard those songs before, but it's quite intriguing.
It's all original material. Trust me.
Well, I wish you the best, and I will see you tomorrow night. I'm a little bit early, so we can get things set up.
What time exactly is early? Or what time does it start? What time is early?
Early, 6 or 7. It's festival starts. I mean, it's all day tomorrow, but the festivities themselves, as in the performances, start at 7, and then continue on till midnight when the Iridium glow happens.
So festivities start at 7 at night?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Loris. I got a question. This is a cool spot. Do you mind if I walk around, get a drink, and maybe talk to some?
I don't think we're allowed to be here that long. I think we should probably leave. And like almost as she's finishing that sentence, a red band kind of walks up to kind of where you're congregating and goes, excuse me. Mr. Hammerwand would like to have a word with you after your performance.
Thank you. Yes, who? And I look around trying to...
And he just like almost like trying to not look. He like kind of glances up towards the balcony as you can see this the towering figure up there as the shadow then kind of goes back. You can see less of it as he goes to go sit back where he was.
The shadowy figure that had caught my eye. I'm like, okay, yeah, please, yeah, I would. Let's go say hi. I'm happy to. Should my friend come with me? And I point to Sving at the bar here.
He just kind of looks at you and goes, just you.
All right. Sving, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Gonna go say hi to one of the, one of the people that liked my performance. I'll be back. Just hang out at the bar with Mercs. I'll be back for you.
Got scouted by a producer
Muted.
already.
I'm muted. Oh no, I'm so muted. Oh my goodness. I think I'm just going to go check on Ecolai for now. I think he's tied up out front, right?
Outside?
Yeah,
All right, I'll meet you outside.
Just right out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right, and I'll follow Mr. Red Bandana.
All right, and
And
Loris goes with you, Sving, and Mercs, you can see, has a look on his face of like, what? He was called to see who? Like, that hurt his ego in such a way where he was like, I'm trying to climb the ladder of the social ladder of music, being recognized, and he's like, oh. And then you can see that guy turns to like, and then another red band comes and goes, all right, I'll lead you all out.
Thank
And so you, Loris, and Mercs get led out and kind of veer off as Surge. You're led on the balcony, kind of overlooking the den here, this gambling den.
I want to give Mercs the biggest shit-eating grin, before we split paths, and I want to rub it in his face. I want to make him feel like an asshole.
You make eye contact with him, and he kind of like,
Yeah.
you can see him kind of like hiccup a little bit, like as something is bothering him in the inside.
I have no idea what I just gave this man.
Yep.
Well, you can't read.
That's true.
It has a label.
As
I don't know.
as you're
what it
led on,
says.
as you're led on the balcony to a couple more guards who then get a nod from somebody, they'll let you through this like little red rope area. As you're then led to this area where there's a little not campfire, in campfire inside. My brain is
Brazier.
Fireplace?
fireplace.
Wow.
Indoor campfire.
Indoor campfires. As you're led to the indoor campfire that kind of illuminates this table with all this food, more food that could feed everyone in here. Except you can see at the end of it this large throne of this. Like, he's so fat, but in a weird way. Now that you get closer, the fat and meat on his bones, like you can still see his bones as like everything is kind of sagging off of him in such a way where it looks grotesque, and his skin is flabby, his triple chin is just kind of sagging down, and he's got food in a little bib on and just taking in and just eating so much food. Almost like it's not even phasing him. He's just like grabbing pieces of turkey with his hand. It's just falling all over him. He's just like, oh, sit down. Would you like some food? That is such a wonderful performance. I've never heard songs like this.
I would love some food. This looks amazing. Yeah, what do you recommend? I'll take whatever. Make me a
And he does like a,
small.
he'll
plate,
take some food.
teaser,
And then
you know?
little, you see a small, still a red band, but a very skinny figure come up and be like, oh, here you go. And it's just like
Thank you.
basically buttered toast. Just like a plate with one little piece of bread and some butter for you. As he's just like grabbing things and like puts his hand in cherry pie and just. I haven't seen you down here before. What is
haven't
your
been
name?
down here before. This is new to me. My name is Serge. I assumed I would be playing upstairs. I had no idea a place like this was
You
down
don't
here.
want to play upstairs. Downstairs is where the real parties are.
I can see that. Yeah, you've got quite a crowd. Do you are you just a patron or do you run this? Is this your establishment? What's your name, by
Like-
the way? I missed your
Like
name.
stops
Sorry.
eating a turkey leg and like, I'm not a patron. No. He laughs.
I didn't think so.
You can call me Mr. Hammerwand. I am a. Well, I'm a trader of sorts, and I'm wondering if I could inquire something about you, Mister. You must roam around as a bard you do, and trade stories with a bunch of people.
As a bard, I do, and I trade stories. Yes. What can you do for you? And I take a bite of toast. Delicious toast and butter.
Well, I saw you talking to that small dwarf, and I assume you've got a place at the performance tomorrow.
Do you mean Loris? Yes, he just offered me a spot on the list. I'm going to perform at the Festival of Lights of the Moon or the whatever, yeah.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Well, I am a person who loves information.
I know some things. I don't know everything. What can I, what are you interested in?
Just tell me something of you find important.
Well, that's a big question. Do you want to know some history about some local towns? Do you want to know about the people? Do you want to know about the hunt that's been going on? And there's some criminal activity going on. People seem to be missing, and there's a lot going on. You gotta, I can tell you what you might need to know, but you gotta tell me.
He just kind of like goes and like grabs some piece of like a right handful of pie, and then just takes a large ale and just.
Do you want me to tell you about the pie or the ingredients? Oh, you know what? Speaking of beer, have you heard there's been an unfortunate accident at the local brewery around here? One of my friends that I met at a local tavern, he seemed to have mysteriously died. He had a great brew. I know that you seem to like. Do you have any of the Lone Wolf Brewery here? Could you? And I look at the servant that brought me the bread. Do you have any Lone Wolf Brewery?
The guy with the toast just kind of goes and steps back a little bit, as to go like back to his corner where he was just like standing there, kind of guarding. But Mr. Hammerwand leans forward and just like, "You're quite the silver tongue, aren't you?"
I see stuff, I write it down, I save it for songs for later. That's kind of my job.
So you still haven't told me any bit of information that I can use in my day-to-day life.
Well, I gotta be honest, I'm just starting to unravel the thread. He was a friend. We don't know much is going on right now. What have you heard? What are you interested in? You seem to want to know something particular, but I can't. I know a lot of things.
He just kind of leans over the table, like his elbow goes in some potatoes. And just, I can tell you're right. You've told me nothing. You've said a lot of words, but said nothing at all. Tell me something. I demand it.
Well,
Make it something of substance.
or else what?
He just kind of looks over at somebody, and then they kind of take a couple steps forward over your left shoulder, and he just goes, "Not."
Listen, you brought me up here. You seem to run this place or be highly involved. You want some information. Listen, I'm a simple man. I don't know what you want to hear. Is there a specific topic? Something that you think I might know? I know a general sort of things. I don't know. What do you want? You want to know my shoe size? You want to know what chords I played? You want the lyrics? You want the chords? You got a friend who plays? I'll give you the song.
You're a funny man, huh?
Well, a reasonable man.
I know who you are.
Yes,
I
I
know who your
introduced
friends
myself.
are.
I said my name is Serge.
That's your name. I have eyes everywhere in this town.
Okay. Hmm?
You
And
have some. You have some.
me, I got a fucking loot.
He just like looks behind you, search him, and then like somebody behind you just takes basically a club and just like smacks you on the back. Takes 6 bludgeoning damage and then another one grabs your shoulder and just throws you to the ground. And they're searching through all of your stuff.
And your butt.
Yeah, especially your butt.
Especially your butt.
Hey, be gentle with the loot, please. God damn.
But do whatever you want with his butt.
Yeah.
What do you have on you?
Nothing of like importance, if that's what they're looking for. I literally have my loot and my starter gear. Nobody gave me any of the important stuff. You know what I mean? I don't have anything on me.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to search for.
Well, just looks up.
I do have maybe a decent bit of gold, I guess.
How much?
Where is it? 25 gold.
Okay. As they're kind of searching you. Sorry, he has nothing. You can see now, as you're still on the ground, like one of them's holding you down. They take a little bit of coin purse from you. They take 15 gold away from you and just go. One of them just kind of pockets it and just kind of then pushes you back on the floor. And you can see now he just kind of Mr. Hammer One just slams the table and just. Okay, well, I will. There's something in this town. I know where. I don't know where it is, but I know what it is. And I know I need it. And I know. I've heard from someone or something that your group was tasked to find. I've also heard that you did.
My group? You mean what? We investigated a leak in a basement. I don't. What?
Playing dumb once.
I don't. You took my what? Entrance fee for the festival? I got nothing on me. I'm here to play music. I have a lute. I have music.
If that's how he wants to play it, that's how he'll play it. Take him. And then they kind of pick you up and start leading you behind him and just like pushing you back further, like on the balcony, and then like they'd open the door to a room and just throw you in it. There's nothing inside.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and then what they're gonna do is 3 of them come in and grab you, and you can see that there's like almost a noose hanging from the ceiling as they tie your feet to it and then pull you up to hang you upside down.
It's one of those bars.
Okay.
And then they tie it off to the wall and go, "We'll be back when you have information." And then just and we'll cut to Sving outside, tending to Eagle Eye. out here. You can sense the festivities going, and Mercs comes out, and I need to make a con save for him now that he's starting to digest. Okay, he's okay for right now, but that doesn't go away. As you can see him, he's almost like getting pale, and he's starting like his sweat is starting to bead off of his brow, and he's just like, well, thanks for the drink. I'm gonna head back now. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no problem. Also, sorry again for tackling you and trying to fight you. That I've been through a lot of shit recently. I've just been way out of line. I will see you tomorrow. You have a good night's rest and good luck tomorrow on your performance.
Thank you. Actually, I appreciate it.
Bye.
And he turns around and starts walking down. You can see him almost like catch a step a little bit as he kind of stumbles for a second and like grabs one of the nearby buildings and, and then keeps walking. As you can see, whatever you dosed him with is just starting to enter his system.
Excellent.
And as you tend to Eagle-Eye for, let's say, 10 minutes, as you get the barding and start hooking them up, and enough time goes by to where you start to go, all right, he should be coming. You've already said your goodbyes to Mercs and Boris.
He's probably just talking. I'm just gonna wait here until he comes out.
All right.
If several hours pass, I might go in and leave a note with the bartender and go try to find the rest of the crew.
All right.
Hours?
So,
God damn.
He's just standing outside like this.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, it's been like 7 hours. I guess I should probably go.
so
I, for
time
one, can't
passes.
wait for Connor's new character.
I'm dead. Yep.
Some time passes, and like the good bit of an hour, and then what really, piques your interest, or not interest, but like your worry, is as all the shops are starting to close down for the day, just to, be in line with the festivities that are going on. The bartender that was there, you can see kind of come out and like kind of twirl some keys around, and then just go to lock up, and then he switches the thing to close of the tall glass. Just... And then he just goes,
this bar has a chimney, right?
yes.
It's got a fireplace.
Yeah.
Established
Okay.
fireplace.
Yes, we did. I'm going to doff my armor
Okay.
and then mount my mount, and as fast as I can, try to get back to the Maggie Miley's where we've been staying.
Okay.
As we
And-
leisurely send letters.
Yeah. Make a perception check as you're heading back, because you guys kind of are crossing that same path.
I'm making a perception check, or they're making a perception check?
You.
Me. Perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the TaleSpire is a whopping... Sorry, 16.
16? Yeah, okay. So as you're heading back, you catch a glimpse of Quoben, Pem, and Lionel heading to the post office.
Oh, to the post office.
Do you think
Guys!
they're open? Lionel, what time
Guys!
did they say they closed last time you were here?
Guys!
They usually close before too late, sir. Before the sun goes down.
Are we going to make it?
Yeah, yes. I believe so.
Okay.
Oh, is that thing over there?
Where? Oh.
You see a large lizard running through the town.
Guys! Hey!
I wave.
Yeah, we
Come
wait.
here!
We're going to
we're
the
going
post
this way.
office.
Fuck! I catch up to him.
Hello.
I get in front of them and stop.
Oh.
Disembark my mount. Guys.
Speaking, this is no joking matter. The post office will close soon if we do not get there post haste.
Post haste. I see what you did.
Thank
You're funny.
Thank you.
You
Yes.
said no
but
joking
no,
matter, sir.
I think Surge is in trouble.
Why is that?
He went to his tryout and then he did good.
Sounds like he's doing fine.
Yeah, that sounds great.
The boss, the guy, the big scary guy that apparently runs the Crimson Wood. What are they? The red something? It's the guys that are after you, Pim.
What?
That guy.
No one's after me.
Sure.
One guy
Does
is
it
after
look
you.
like I look around? Like, does it look like anyone is after me?
Sure.
Taking this to
Whatever.
his grave. I love that.
He fucked.
That's a great argument.
He never came out after the tryout. He never came out. The bar is closed.
Oh, well, I believe that's he probably was just invited to the after party.
Perhaps he did
Seems
that
like
great.
that's his
You said the boss
business,
asked him
you
not
know?
to talk,
They're-
so
having a private moment together.
yes.
Did it seem dangerous?
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
die.
So okay. So let me run you through it.
Okay.
He missed the tryout. We pleaded.
Unless you
The
said he did
bartender. The
he did.
bartender went and talked to somebody. Then we went to like a speakeasy under the bar, like a secret, through a secret passage into a very shady underground. There was
Sure.
gambling. There was
Oh,
drugs
that's
and
why. That
deals.
part's probably not closed yet, because underground gambling dens don't usually close at 6 p.m.
But it's the festival. Everything is closed.
Not a gambling den. Why would the illegal gambling den close?
Oh, it's a festival, sir. Maybe they have shorter hours. We should post
I'm
should-
sorry, but what?
shorter
Have you
hours
ever
at the
had
post office.
staff during a festival? They work double the time, but half as
Not
much
at post
money.
offices, sir.
Not at post office. We should keep walking. We should walk while we talk.
You know
I
what?
walk into-
I'm gonna
I'm-
follow Coben, I think.
This is bullshit.
I don't
You know-
understand. Why you're so worried?
I don't know what to tell you. I'm just paranoid. Okay. Something you don't know about me. I was exiled from my community, labeled a traitor for trying to expose the truth.
Interesting. Something you don't
And
know about
it-
me.
It has
I-
made me very paranoid. I have no family now. I
Oh.
consider you guys my family.
Oh,
I know it's only been a couple of days. I've been with him a little bit longer.
It's like
Him
saying
here.
I love you too soon.
I have been with Pim here for a while. A couple months. But
Ooh.
oh. Well,
You know what?
I'm happy that
fine,
you
if I
have-
never see you again, that's
Oh.
fine. I'm going after Surge. You guys can go send your fancy letters or whatever you want to do.
That is what
Good
we-
day.
Oh,
Schnell Eagle!
well,
And off I
that-
go.
Well, that was peculiar, to say the least. Pam, he mentioned you know him the longest. Do you understand what just happened?
I don't know, but perhaps we should investigate after we send the letters.
Pem, do you consider him family?
Yes. What's your relationship?
It is not that close. I don't particularly know much about the fellow,
Perhaps
other
there's
than
a discussion you should have with him because
He
he
seems
thinks
quite
otherwise.
attached. I think you may be giving mixed signals. And you don't want, when two parties don't understand the relationship, it can be complicated. That's why me and Lionel get along so well. It's a very clear employee-employer relationship. We get our job done, and he clocks out, and he does what he does.
Very professional.
Yes, thank you. I try to maintain an air of professionalism.
Okay.
So perhaps maybe you should consider paying Pen or Schwing to clarify the relationship.
Should I be paying?
Perhaps employ him,
Employ him, perhaps.
or he employ you.
I
Or you
don't
could-
have any
You could
money.
work for him. Yes.
I don't.
To pay off that debt you have.
Yes, the debt that you're clearly being chased for.
What debt? I don't. I don't understand. I don't understand what you're talking about. Can we just mail these letters, please?
It's right around the corner. We're almost there.
Yeah, you're able to.
I hope the post office is fucking closed.
You're able to catch the post office like closing up, but then
They fucking recognize his
the one, the little the wood elf that kind of like sees you, goes, gives you a nice pleasantry of a little wave, and then it's like, oh, yep, and then
Oh.
you've already gone through the motions and built up a good rapport with her as she like looks at it and goes, oh, already stand. Right, yep, I'll put it in and I'll get out. And then,
Yeah, his letters are
You
fucking
might-
ready to go in. You know that shit.
yep.
Good evening. Have a good evening, ma'am. Good to see you.
Did we receive any mail?
Oh, we didn't receive anything on the Quilbin line.
I'm looking at the walls as to not be
actually-
involved in this lower interaction.
I have not actually.
Okay.
I mean, the last letters you sent to Illinois, they responded right away. They could be here tomorrow, or the next day.
Oh, great. All right. Well, enjoy the festivities and have a good evening.
Ma'am, are you okay?
Yes.
Yes, I'm fine. I just caught a bit of wind.
Ma'am, be careful.
Something's in the air.
I
So
see.
perhaps we do go check up on whoever Sving is. He did seem quite upset.
Well, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not really looking for a confrontation right now.
We were hoping to rest.
Okay. Perhaps
we-
Serge is already there.
Well, no, I think we could go investigate why Schwing was
Can
in such a...
Schwing do a check
What do you mean?
to convince us? I want there to just be a roll.
A roll of persuasion to
how
see
much
how.
did he seem just like insane?
Roll an insight. Yeah. Insight.
How much did he seem insane, and how much did he seem actually
Yeah, insight. I think insight's fair here because
okay?
Yeah.
I rolled pretty good. 24.
Thing is very insane.
24. Yeah, you're able to pick up. This is probably the first time. I mean,
I've
up
made
until this
any
point,
sense.
Yeah,
up until this
because, like,
point,
he
you
brings
were convinced he was a
energy-
sociopath.
He brings energy to most interactions.
Yeah, for sure.
And like
And
slit
up
a
until
guy's
this
throat
point-
and then patched him up, and I don't really understand the kind
This is
of
probably the first bit of actual emotion you've seen from him.
And he just like
Before this-
overshared and then scampered
Before this,
away.
you were like convinced he was a sociopath, and were just like slitting people's throats, like, "Oh, that's just how we do it." And then
This is how I behave.
yeah.
how I behave.
He was actually
That is the
worried
best.
and just turned. And since he was so worried, he was like, "All right, if you guys are not gonna help this moment, I'm out." And now you're finally piecing together, like, "Oh, he."
And also,
No,
I
this is-
feel like I sense a little shame of the overshare, maybe slightly embarrassed.
All right. But yeah, you do sense that
He
he's
did seem
genuinely worried.
He did seem a bit off. Where did they were, do you think, did he tell us they were at the tall glass still? Oh yes, that he didn't come out.
Yep.
Which part of town is that in?
It's
Is it on the way to Magumaz?
is not.
Put it in Reset Row.
Well, unfortunately,
It is in
Pen-
Rousset Row, so it would be. It's pretty close to Lone Wolf Brewery. It's pretty close to a lot of stuff in Rousset Row. So
Pem, I believe that you will have to wait for your nap. Schwing
Perhaps
seemed
I can go
quite
check. You guys can get your rest, alright?
distressed. Well, I don't want to send you to
I can take my break for it. So
No, he seemed quite distressed. This didn't seem like something you do on your break problem.
Very well.
Pam, you can go back.
Yes, Pam.
What?
If you're tired,
Let's
If
go
he's-
see.
if
what's
he's-
we'll go
if-
save your family.
If Sping is correct about the people who are chasing you down, you might be a
No one
liability.
is
You mean you need to
chasing
lay
me down.
low for
I've
a
never
little bit.
been chased down before in my life.
I'm making an insight check for real this time. On him.
On me?
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
because we have evidence to the contrary.
21.
Sorry for what?
I'm rolling insight on
No
Pam.
one has chased me down before in my life, I believe, is what he
21. We'll make it a post check. What's your
Deception
roll?
or persuasion.
Well, is it a lie? I mean, that's the...
Roll a persuasion or deception, depending on if you're lying or not, and then just tell me what the bonus is. And
Yeah, say the number. Don't have to say
Um,
what roll it is.
I think it would be a persuasion.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the lower.
He
Okay, have
most
the number.
successfully lies to himself.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The persuasion means you're lying to yourself.
Yeah,
Deception means you're lying
exactly.
to them.
That's why I want it.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Absolute,
I have the number.
have it.
All right, he rolled 21 to beat.
No.
Nice.
All right.
The first
There you go.
step
So-
is admitting it.
He knows
You're-
that I'm like trying to convince him and myself that there's nothing
I'm
wrong.
not. I'm not being chased.
Yeah, like it's fine. It's fine. There's
I'm
nothing
not,
happening.
okay? I'm not.
Those people just sometimes people come up and they happen to want to rob me.
And I just happen to be in debt. That's just how it is.
What the? All right.
All
sounds
right.
good.
Well,
I think we're going back. I don't think we're running or anything.
No,
No.
we're headed there.
He's probably got a
We're headed there,
solid.
yeah.
I guess how long? What's the time difference between him scampering away? He has that much time to do something by himself.
yeah. Like, well, he's running on a mount, probably at dash speed, so
And we went the other
probably
way
a couple minutes.
and sent a
Yeah.
letter.
Yeah, definitely. Probably, we'll just say 15 minutes or so, right around that. That makes it.
So he's got 15 minutes to really get himself into a situation.
Yes. Speaking of, what are you doing in those 15 minutes, Fing? And then we'll cut to Surge. Like, what's your game plan? Is you're just
You're alone.
I'm trying to
Your
decide-
friends and one family member aren't coming.
Yes,
That's the mindset.
but I've got to save the rest of my family. Surge.
The rest of my whole family. This
So
guy I know.
now I've only have Surge because I just got blown off by everyone else. So
Family's dead to me.
I guess the move is to sneakily first floor of the bar. Check to see if there's any movement still inside the bar visible from any window.
okay.
Visually, I'm also listening for anything. I also want to check for if there are any type of exterior entrances that I think might not lead to a cellar, but to the underground. The
Make a
speakeasy.
perception check for seeing what's in the bar, and then an investigation check after.
Do I need to make a stealth check as well?
Yeah.
I'll start with the stealth. I don't have my armor on. I doff that. Crit failed, so that's a 6.
Okay. So you're being.
This
loud
is
as
going
fuck.
really well. If I roll another single digit roll, I'm probably going to switch to physical dice. Because that's fucking bogus. Then perception and investigation, right?
Yep.
Bogus.
Will he do it? Will he stick to what he said?
Well, that's a 21 for the
good.
perception.
Okay, and then the investigation.
Is an 18.
Nice.
All right. It's pretty good. Okay. So as you kind of
For
go up,
being a
and
really sneaky bitch, I'm really not a sneaky bitch.
as you frantically like jump off Ecolai and and like roll through the bushes and like go to see who's in the first floor. You kind of bash your face into the windows. It cracks a little bit. You're like, oh, and just like, oh, there's definitely nobody in there. But you like look to your left and like somebody like is walking by like holding a like small little like kind of statuette of like just a little knickknack that they bought from a shop. They look by and they're just like, and you just look at them and maybe give them a hiss or something, and they kind of scurry off. But you're not being stealthy at all, and people are noticing you as just kind of like basically. It's like so bad that they don't even. It's not even casing the joint. It just is like. You're just kind of like
a crazy
you're
man.
Obviously looking, but yeah, you're being crazy, man. But
I look like a crackhead.
You have the urban stealth of being that crazy guy who no one will
Yes.
look at.
Exactly.
Actively avoids eye contact. They're like, I don't hear this man yelling at the top of his lungs.
And with your investigation check, since it was so high, and your perception was good, you hear nothing from upstairs. But you do hear like a faint, with your cat ears, faint echo from the chimney, as you know there are people still in the basement, and you kind of do a calculation with your investigation check, just kind of how, like you're like, okay, I was on that side of the bar, and then we went downstairs, and that was okay. So okay, the chimney's on the back side of the building. All right. You kind of like walk around a different building, and kind of behind it, not attached, you see a couple figures walk out, one of which is the big winner who you saw win at the lizard racing table during Surge's performances. He kind of walks out and is like, ha, what a good night. Kind of peels off as you know that there's probably a second exit. But as that's happening, because I'll take that as your kind of 15 minutes of espionage,
okay.
and then if you tell me what you would do with that information, then we'll cut.
Use my little pieces of amber that I'm sure I hope everyone has noticed by now, and just leave a trail from Eagle to that door with a piece of amber like every 50 feet.
Okay.
Like not super obvious, like a straight up bounty hunter, dead drop, type deal.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. So we'll cut to Surge.
I'm all alone.
Come on, Serge, you can get out of this easy.
How long do they leave me here? Is this a while? Are we in short rest territory?
Ooh.
Hanging upside down short rest?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't think that's rest.
Make a con save with disadvantage to be able to short rest.
Fuck.
Love it. Get your vampire bat on.
Oh, speaking of hanging upside down by your feet, how's that back machine been treating you, Chris?
Good.
First one's a 9. Second one's a 5.
Yep. Yeah, you're able to get a short rest.
All right.
Kind of like swinging here.
Mm-hmm.
Just after, about 25 minutes go by, 30 minutes. You can hear the fluttering of little bats kind of in the ceiling as you are like, I guess you're looking down as you're up. There's a bunch of bats on the ceiling. There's like it almost smells like rotten flesh in here. It smells really putrid and gross. And then you can see the outside, like the only light in here, it's pitch black. Do you have dark vision? As a stater, I'm not sure.
He's the only
Don't
one who
think
doesn't.
so. No.
Yeah, he's the only
Okay,
one
so you
who
don't see the bats. You just hear the fluttering, like occasionally, like, and one kind of like swings by and kind of hits you, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And the only light you get in here is from underneath the door out into the main area, as you can slowly hear people leaving, but like people are still gambling as it's going. This is a late into the night area, but people are leaving. It's dying down a little. They're about a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
You hear footsteps come up to the door. You can see the shadows of their footsteps kind of just shadowing under the door. then just a couple keys. And they open the door.
I want to be swinging like a metronome before they come in, right?
Yeah.
Big old fat fuck put me in the jail. Ask for information, I have nothing to tell.
I love that.
Well, okay. Well, I'm not the information. My job's a bit different. He's kind of like walks in, and he just takes a small little knife and scrapes it because he knows you can't see, and then like scrapes it across the brick wall, and then just shuts the door. That's not my job. And then you just feel a sharp pain in your side, like that's take 4 piercing damage.
You're gonna get circumcised.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? And I spit in his face.
Oh, you're gonna die.
I know. I know. What do you want? I told you I have nothing. All he has to do is ask me. This is a misunderstanding. If I could just talk to him again.
You'll have that opportunity. But I'm not the talker. And then just as you ask, and this is what you asked for, right? And then just in your right side, just 5 piercing damage.
I'm unconscious. That last one brought me to 1 health point. We haven't rested.
And as you go unconscious, he like it's kind of you can like as you're like your vision's kind of dimming. Wow, that wasn't much of a fight. He like pushes you and swings you a little bit. As you can as you're like drifting out of consciousness, you can hear the blood as you're like starting to get wet and the chills are coming as you can hear them dripping onto the wood floor. You fall out of consciousness.
Does this guy stabilize him, or does he get to roll?
Make a death save.
Ooh.
Oh, what do I do?
Crit fail.
Just a D20? Clay, why do you hate me?
I just want some excitement in my life.
Just because. I'm sorry Stratogo died.
Bards don't survive our games.
No.
That's what happens, is no bard survives.
Yeah.
Or any character I ever play.
That's true. That's unbelievable.
I deserve
Bards
this.
and anything
I deserve
Squeak
this. I
is
deserve
super
this.
attached to.
What was the death save?
9.
9. That's your first failure.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so after you kind of drift out of consciousness, come back with like almost like stabilization check, but he kind of takes it as you come up, like kind of drinking a healing potion that kind of brings you up, like, oh yes. I wasn't done with you yet. And you can hear the steps kind of just walking around you, like, so any other quick report from you, Satan?
No.
And since you can't see, you can hear him get like kind of stop walking, kind of right in front of you, as your head is close to the ground, since you're upside down, and you can feel blood kind of like coming up through your
Rushing
face
my
and
head.
like, getting stuck.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can hear like the floor creak, like as he like bends down, and like, you can almost feel his breath on your face. Well, you're going to tell boss what he wants, right?
What the hell does he want? I've been saying this from the beginning.
Another sharp pain in your gut. 7 piercing damage to go back unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Time is passing as you are drifting in and out of consciousness in this game. Make another death save.
Game of stab and bleed. That's
Stab and sway.
Oh,
real good. The bleeding part.
Rude.
You drifting out of consciousness and gasping at your last breaths of air. You can just kind of faintly hear almost like this disembodied way of your subconscious. You can hear like almost like a briefcase open, and he just pulls it out and just gives you a small little bit to bring you up. All right, and you pats on your face. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You can feel like the blade of the knife kind of running along your fur on your face. You know, I like your spunk. What? Just tell him what he wants to know.
Do you have any idea what he's talking about? Has he told you? It's like a song already, a song about you, but God, let me talk to him for a minute again.
He like leans in close and goes, "You survive, but I know you'll write something." And then just
I probably will, yeah.
the blade is like kind of hovering over your abdomen in like a different spot, and anything lasts a second.
It's fun while it lasted.
Not at all. He just pushes it into your gut and just taking you unconscious. And then when you're unconscious, he takes it and twists. For
I mean, I'm dead. I'm unconscious. Oh, yeah.
as you auto fail a death save. And that is where we'll take our break.
What the fuck?
That's a wrap.
Cut my heart into pieces. This is my last resort.
Well, that sucks.
Welcome back to episode 9-ish? 9-ish?
Tales of
We'll
a
do
Bard.
9-ish. As, yeah. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. About to get darker. As we'll get right back into it.
Are we starting with him?
No, you're right.
You're in charge. Don't listen to me. Don't let
Yeah,
me stop.
you're in
this
charge.
Don't let me stop this death save train. I am fucking living for this excitement right now.
He was done with death save. The twisting of the blade was final.
Oh, he's zonked.
The auto fail. Currently,
Mhm.
Surge
is dead.
is dead. So we,
that's spicy as fuck.
I mean, I act like an
that's
asshole
tavern.
when he was asking for information, so.
That's true.
as Sving, as you're kind of frantically up, spent the last bit like laying amber of the trail to this now little what looks like almost a stable. There's a couple mules and donkeys here, and then people that you noticed as you've been kind of just casing it and like clocking each individual coming out. They have been people that you saw down there, and you have seen a couple even red bands walk out as well. That were the security guards. You can't tell from here where they're walking out from, but you haven't seen Surge walk out yet. You're muted.
I've not seen the entrance yet.
Not the physical entrance of the door, but you see he's coming out of this building that looks almost like a stable.
I'm gonna do a long walk around and see if I can get just a line of sight on the exit way.
Sure.
Keeping it wide, keeping it long distance.
As you keep it wide, make a perception check for me.
Hashtag keep it wide. It's the hashtag for this
Hashtag
this episode.
keep it wide.
What?
You said perception.
I did, yeah.
Perception. Discretion.
That's a roller. That's a 17.
17. You see somebody kind of come out and like tipsily like, oh, I knew to bet on the red lizard with scales. He's so much quicker. Nobody sees it. And then like a couple of people like, oh, I went with the green one and seemed natural to the habitat or something. I don't know.
That's why you lost the bet with that kind of analysis.
You see, like, I mean, that's like the horse race analysis. Like, oh, he's got a good name. Huh? You see, like from in the back of the stable, like there's like a door, or not. You don't see him physically walk out of a door, but like just kind of like the back little area where it looks like there's hay just stacked up. A couple people kind of exit and just kind of talking. And as you're taking this wide berth, this is on your left. On your right, you catch eye of this huge mansion. And a couple things stick out about this mansion. It's 3 stories tall, huge. The sign out front says the Iridium Estate. And there are flowers kind of hanging off the windowsills of the first floor on the decks and stuff. But a couple of the flowers on the first floor, kind of by the door and just by the windows here that are looking, you can see them kind of sprouting, and you can see a couple of them just wilting, like before your very vision, just like wilting and dying.
Okay.
And that's all you gathered. It's called the Iridium Estate. Oridion.
Oh, not iridium? Okay.
Close.
I did Iridian.
Obsidian?
Chlamydian.
Yeah, sitting without the couple letters. Add an R.
Euclidean. That's what it is.
There you go.
Anyway.
It's the Euclidean space. That's a good joke.
Hard to find.
Jesus.
Above my head.
That's a good joke for those who are familiar with Euclidean space.
Oh god.
Fucking
Yeah,
no
I like
idea.
I like it.
That's funny.
Okay, I'll take note of that. I will. It's in a stable, huh? Does it look like a private stable, or is it just like where you can any asshole can
It does
tie
look
up
like a private. No, it does look like a private.
Okay.
Select assholes only.
And it looks a lot like mules and stuff.
No lizards.
It says that on the door. There's a sign. No lizards.
And for the sake of the flow of the game, we'll say this is what you do in your
15
to 20 minutes.
You
As then
see
around
us- yeah.
a corner through an alley, as you like see Quoben or whoever's kind of leading the charge picking up pieces of amber. Probably Quoben because he's the highest passive investigation of like, oh, shiny,
And
okay,
the-
all right.
Not even de facto, the full facto leader.
Yep.
And you catch them kind of from where you just came from, but as you're taking, and you guys are able to see Sping because he's got the nat one the stealth. He's
There
doing
he is.
this.
I would care to know why he decided to leave a trail if he's just going to stand in the open. Sving!
Perhaps he's good. Swing! We
Swing
made
over
it here.
We decided to not nap on your behalf.
Hey.
You seemed quite shaken earlier, so we didn't want to leave you to your own devices. Almost certainly that would be destructive, we thought.
I'll try to lead him away down an alleyway or between a couple buildings where we're out of sight of the stable.
Sure.
Give them the rundown of what I've seen so far. Try to be a little bit more calm in my delivery because I know that I put him off a little bit when I was freaking out. So he is skinny. The bar closed.
Yes.
There have been people coming out of... I know the bar is that building. But I did some calculation and the underground, the speakeasy, I think they're coming out of that stable. In fact, I know they are. I saw several people that I saw down in the speakeasy come out of there. They're using some sort of secret entrance, maybe some magic. I don't know.
I believe it's the basement system would work.
There's definitely a way in, and I've seen a lot of people come out. None of them have been searched. It seems the gamblers, the entertainers, they're all leaving, meaning probably business is wrapping up for the evening. Still no search.
And forgive me for asking this, but when you were down there before, are we sure that he's in danger of some type, or was it... I mean, what was the atmosphere? I know underground gambling dens can be unsavory, but it doesn't mean that he's in danger. What if he's just drunken and gambling?
And whoring.
And whoring.
Did I see any whoring down there?
You did not.
I don't think he is whoring. He played his 2 performances. I said I would wait for him outside. He said, yeah, I'll be just a couple minutes. That was, 2 hours, 3 hours ago? Ish.
It is concerning. He doesn't seem like one to blow off an engagement, although he was late to his only thing.
He was late, yeah. But he still made it.
That's true. Well, what do you propose? We've come.
I say we sneak in, break the law. I don't know. I
see.
Again, like I said,
Well, if you truly believe that he's in danger, then it is our duty to save him. I don't know the first thing about this place.
Yeah, I don't know where's this entrance into the speakeasy.
How did you get in the first time?
Through the bar. There was a red band. Is it red band or redwood? Red Tiger, something. Red Bull, I think. There was a guy guarding a door into the bar. We went through there, down some stairs, around a corner. I think there were more stairs.
Interesting.
And then we were in the venue, as it were.
Lionel, are you getting all this?
Of course.
Seems they are exiting from back here. Now that the bar is shut down.
Well then, it seems we must...
Have you tried...
Sorry.
Have you tried getting in this thing?
9. I have not, but I could hear the voices from the basement, from the speakeasy, coming through the... Oh, this pollen is awful. Through the smokestack of the bar. I could hear them in the speakeasy through that. So maybe there's a way down through the fireplace. The chimney.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's any side that's less open to passers-by that we can potentially enter through, or any kind of secluded area? Perhaps an entrance for burgling?
Yeah, making say an investigation check. For that.
Okay.
Can I also make one or help him since?
Yeah, with advantage.
Okay.
Good. The first roll's a 6. Second roll.
Tim, you have been quiet.
So 16.
16. It seems as you kind of do with Sphinx's explanation, you do a once around the stable and even back to the tall glass itself, and you can see that it's definitely set up in a way to where it's meant to be hard to get in, but you do see smoke coming out of the chimney of what looks to be like a building that is no longer in service or open, but it'd be through one of the doors. It seems like there's only two in it. One through the stable and the one through that's being described in the fallback.
Well, I just think there's no easy way into this place. I don't.
So be up front. Like excuse me, we're looking for a friend of ours. Maybe we come in and see if he's inside. Last time I checked, he was in there. He told us he was going to come out in a few minutes, but it's been 3 hours.
Precisely what I was thinking. I want to go knock on the front door.
Okay.
Of the bar? Or this...
Yes, the front door of the bar.
Okay.
You go and give a couple knocks to the front door. No response or no. As you look kind of like peer through the window, there's nobody on staff there in the initial.
Is it locked?
As you check the knob, it is locked.
Perception check.
What would you like to look for?
Is anyone looking at me?
I am.
18.
I'm looking at you.
18. There's a lot of commotion. There's a lot of passerbys that just come through or are walking around the street behind you as people are. It's mostly of an exodus from Rousset Row. As you can this is where there's a lot of shops of the town. So it's like people shopping for the day as all the shops are closing. They're all leaving. But you do see across the road a guard as looking off, but you can tell has clocked you.
These are the guards that work for the Archdruid.
No, they are actually different here. They're wearing really light pauldrons and dark vests with kind of armored but light leathers, and see that almost like that. I think with your background, you would know that they're would be a private force of some sort hired by someone.
I make eye contact with him. And I wave him over.
Okay. Kind of looks around and does
I lean over to Lionel. Lionel,
Yes, sir.
I'm about to have a conversation with a member of a private security team who's watching this building.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be a shame if he were to miss something happening during our conversation.
It would be a shame, sir.
Oh, I've forgotten. Could you check something at the post for me?
Yes, of course, sir.
I believe it's around the other side of town. You know where it is. Can you check
Yeah,
it?
of course.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
And I'm talking about the post office loudly as the guard walks up.
Yep. Yeah, excuse me, sir. This place is shut down for the night.
Yes, I've noticed that. Guardsman, what's your name?
My name is Derek.
Guardsman Derek. Lovely to meet you. I saw you manning a station, protecting the people, and I noticed. Well, I'm looking for a friend. We were expecting to come out of this establishment, and I noticed now after knocking, and it's closed, and we were expecting him maybe a few hours ago, but he has not appeared to us. I'm just curious, is there any... Have you been watching this whole time? Have you seen, I'll describe Serge, Sate Horns, Cloven Hoof, a man of that nature? Has he exited the building? I'm worried.
He went in, he must have come out.
You have seen him. He was in there.
I saw him, man. Came by earlier.
He came by. Were you inside?
Can't say I was.
You can't say you were, but you were. And then I'll make an insight
not.
check to see. Was he inside? 15 for insight. So picture this is like the fastest pace. Like I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm trying to get.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah. So you can't say, but you were inside, and then 15 for the inside.
I was not. You get a good read on him. You can tell he actually was not inside, but
No, but you know of someone who was.
I saw somebody of your description.
And where could we find them? Do you know? Are they in the area? Do they work?
I mean, he must have came out. I might have missed him. There's a bunch of people that come through, and
is there a barracks nearby that you guys stay at, or perhaps a food stand? I'm kind of peckish. I haven't eaten.
No,
Is there any events going on here later? The building.
Not in this
They're gonna
city.
open up
No,
again?
there's
I heard
no.
I heard there was some kind of concert. Is that here? Is this the right place?
There was an audition earlier.
An audition
Correct.
of...
Can't say.
You can't say.
As
You
I don't
won't
know.
say. Natural
No,
20 insight
I-
check. Does he know?
He actually does not know.
I see. And you were saying earlier about your fellow guardsmen. Their names, the one that was inside that you knew?
Didn't say anything about that.
No, you mentioned, was it a pattern? I thought it was right here. I'm gonna make a persuasion check for a 3.
Okay. So I've
Oh.
honestly,
Must have been, I was
honestly, I've
talking
been
to
out.
another one of the guards. What, he was wearing the same uniform as you, but I don't, didn't get the, what is
Been
the
outside
group? What is the group that you're
most-
part? What's the name? He didn't tell me. He said to
Sorry,
come knock on the
I'm-
door and see if my friend was here. He seemed quite pissed off that I was looking for someone, which felt unhelpful, if I can give a review. Unhelpful
So
entirely.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm considering making an official complaint.
And you can take that up with the Iridium Estate. I've
Oh, the
been
estate
contracted.
is who you contracted with.
Correct.
And what is the group that you're contracted? For the complaint, I need to tell them what group it was.
It's a contract employment. We just get hired.
Yes, and the name of the people on the contract. Are you the fucking light armor wearing guards? Like, what? Do you not have a group name? Jesus, man. Do you know anything? You stand out here all day baking in the sun and your brain cooks.
I mean, I don't think that's what happens, but
I think it might be. Is there a medicine person nearby? Some kind of herbalist, perhaps? You should get checked out, son.
so
Don't
and you
lock
can
your
tell
knees, and I'm
he's,
gonna tell him, and I'm trying to fix. Don't lock your knees, you'll pass out.
you can see him kind of bend his knees a little bit to be a little more. And look, if you have any questions, I
don't
get
have
hired to
questions.
look up.
I have complaints.
Well, take your complaints up down the street.
Yes.
I
will.
was hired by Jarelian Adler.
Jarelian Adler.
Correct.
And that is your boss, the master of the estate.
Not quite. He owns the Narazine Inc.
Oh, does he?
And
Are you sure about that, or is this another one of the things you don't know?
Look, sir, you're very hostile.
I'm not hostile. I am in need of assistance and finding a lack thereof.
I would love to help you. I just don't know what you mean.
The satyr boy, where is he? That is what I need.
I saw him go in earlier.
Well,
I didn't see him.
Boy.
I didn't see him come out. But I probably missed it.
so at what point do you consider a missing persons report adequate?
I believe our current program is 24 hours.
24 hours. Enough time to murder him, revive him, kill him again, and hide the body. This is absurd. If you go missing for 24 hours, would your mother think, oh, it's probably fine? Would she be worried
She wouldn't
sick?
even know.
She wouldn't know.
She's in the nearby town, actually. I came here for work.
I didn't ask for a story, son.
I know.
Just get back to your post. Which one was it? Which estate?
I believe he said it was that fun. And I point to the big dumbass one with all the crazy wilting flowers and
Yes.
all that
Jesus,
shit.
go do something useful.
All right. As he's like kind of stand there for a moment and then just kind of like slowly walks away. Like, no, what happened? Just kind of like is holding his head as he's kind of like walking across, almost in like there's like people walking away in like this mass exodus of like people like pretty cheery in town because of the excitement just of the festival. As he's just kind of like walking through, just kind of like rubbing his head, and people are he's kind of splitting the the flow of the crowd as
Yeah, and I want
walks
to go
through.
on the opposite side of a building from him by the time he turns around.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do we do? Do we break in or do we go home?
As he was talking, I was gonna go around and break in.
Do
Okay.
your thing, brother.
To the stable area door, or
Whatever gives me closest access to the building.
well, so there's the main building here, the tall glass. There are like other windows you could break into. The chimney that Sving pointed out, and then a different building, probably 100 feet down, that has that looks like a stable, or it's like just a holding for some cattle, and that Sving pointed out as people were walking out of there. So, where would you like to break?
I'll break in through a window. Sure.
Okay, so around one of the sides, you do see one window. It does look to be a little cracked. But
Okay.
Can you
Crack
break
it
one
open,
window
crack
without
open. Wait.
breaking it?
cracked from a Sving headbutt as he looked in.
Oh, okay.
But you kind of either break in or try to use some thieves' tools to crack the lock on it to be able to get in.
Yeah, I also have a jeweler's kit that I'm proficient with. So maybe like
Okay.
a glass. Can I use like a part of the glass cutter to kind of like knock a little hole in, very Mission Impossible-y, and just get in
Yeah,
there
and just like
unlock
suction
it?
cup it out.
Yeah. Well, not even. Just like a small one where I
Yeah,
can put a finger in and unlatch the window lock.
Okay, yeah, make a just dexterity check, add proficiency bonus.
Okay, I'll do sleight of hand. I guess. Same thing.
Yeah, that works.
Natural 20 for 25.
Yeah, as you like take a look at the glass, it's already weakened. As you just like, just with almost in like, just like, as you knock out a little bit of just like just enough of a glass to just switch the latch, and then just.
I slither in.
And
Yeah, but almost in
Harry
like
Potter.
a very little quick one-handed motion, you're able to like glass finger whoop. It's like you had access to it the whole time as you just open it, just whoosh in.
And then, as I'm walking around after my conversation, if I don't see him outside the building, I will walk to a back side door and just knock lightly with my knuckle on it.
Sure, there's a utility door around a back that
Just basically
would be
any door
locked
that
from
the guy
inside.
doesn't see.
Yeah,
guard
for sure.
Can't see. And then just lightly.
Do I
Yep,
hear it?
and then yeah, of course you're inside.
Okay.
Inside here, it's a very small bar, which is basically a bar, a couple, like 2 or 3 tables, and hear a knock from back entrance.
Cool. I will leisurely walk towards the door. Like I fucking live here, and I go ahead and open it for him.
Well, that was unpleasant. His breath smelled.
It looked at sir. You could tell by his teeth.
Well, I walk in as we're just chatting. Just walk through the door.
I would assume. I think Pim
Yeah, you
and I
guys.
are
I mean,
following. I don't have my armor on.
Okay.
Just
Well,
letting you guys know.
That god may or may not remember me. I found a lot of times when you just overwhelm someone with being a dick, they don't often remember your facial features.
Well, you know, that's not a bad idea. I like that.
He didn't know.
You lead the way, Sving.
Yes, we're inside.
Oh yeah, it's this door here.
You
right
brought us here, Spring.
And I'll go through the door that I went through before to follow Serge and Jessica or whatever her name was.
Lord.
Lores?
Sure.
That one.
Jessica.
That one.
Jessica.
That one is locked. That door is locked.
Oh, it's straight up locked.
Straight up locked. And there's not. There was a earlier in the day. There was a guard standing in front of it, and basically exchanging some sort of token. Somebody was revealing as like a way of entry, and then it was letting them through. But that has since passed, and it is just completely it's a locked door.
Well, how did you get in last time, Spring?
A guy with a red armband let me through. Through? Through. Through? Through.
Now's not the time for your crisis.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Step aside, Sving. Let me.
Yeah.
Why not? I had hoped that maybe you would find an unlocked door, but the door's
No, sir. I'm just making sure it's actually locked and there's no weird trap or
You seem
mechanism on this.
Quite proficient,
Oh no, sir. I was just being cautious.
of course. Beginner's luck, maybe.
I'll
You're
try and
look-
just. I will mess with the door.
You gonna
And
sleight of
try
hand
to-
it? You should
Yeah.
sleight of hand. Too.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, so I'll roll two sleight of hand, one to keep it out of his sight, and one to open the door.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
I'm not gonna roll.
First
I'll just use
one.
my passive for some
Yep.
reason.
Passive. Yep.
11.
I definitely notice it's more than just fiddling.
And then a 21 to get that bitch up.
I
It was
love
a-
how this is playing out.
It was a 17 to open the lock, as you do. You're just like, oh, yep.
It seemed like you knew what you were doing there.
It's luck, sir, as you said.
As you open the door, you do hear, like, you hear the click of the tumblers and the lock itself, like, click. And then as you're opening it, you hear a different, like, almost like a different sort of click, like you like open the door, like, click.
Oh no. Everybody pause. Okay. Can I check if it's trapped? Or like an alarm that we set off? Maybe we should get out of here? Like, did I set something off?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
You having an issue?
Natural 20, 26.
Natural 20. You see a small little lever on the bottom part of the door that looks like it was set from the inside, and if it is opened, kind of goes in the stone. You can see. Well, with the natural 20, you don't see it, but you would infer that it did set off some sort of alarm.
I don't believe it's a good idea to get down there, so perhaps we should
What's
leave
happened?
and come back in the morning. Well, it looks like this door has been trapped to see if it had opened by any other means that it would set off an alarm.
And
really,
I'll give you something extra with the natural 20. Just to add on. The torches in here, you can smell that they were lit as they kind of line up periodically going down the stairs. Those are snuffed out, so you can smell the burnt oil from the torches, but That doesn't like. At first, you thought that's where the smoke was coming from, but with those being snuffed out long passes, there's a strange little mist kind of seeping through the cobblestones down here. It gives you almost like this eerie, as you kind of like see that and notice it, and it kind of swirls around on the steps here. It does give you like the neck, or the hairs on the back of your neck kind of stand up as some sort of like almost like not primordial, but like a deep part of you.
Sving, how dire do you believe this situation is? Quickly. You've brought us here. We've triggered some kind of alarm. It is unwise and dangerous for us to proceed.
Yeah,
But if you deem
agree.
it necessary, we will go down.
No, I agree. This is not going well.
Search is probably fine.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case, but
Do you think
I
going
have-
now would do? Do we need to go? If we think we can save him, or he needs saving now, we can proceed. I have one last bit of Sehanine with me. But we must rush through to find him. If we go through here, do you think you would be able to take us to where he was?
yeah,
Let's go.
that I can do. I know where he was. He went up the stairs to the back balcony.
Can I make an probably it's gonna be intelligence. Oof. How long do alarms normally take to respond to? With some kind of intuition, if I had to guess about how much time we have.
As you're thinking about this, down at the other door, the steel door here, at the very bottom of the steps that Sping you were led through, you hear the of the eye thing, the little steel panel kind of like open, and you can see lights through it. The only lights in this whole little stairwell. You can see figures like looking through.
Oh, hello. Good evening.
And as that happens,
I want to talk myself through it. No, I'm scared.
surge. Consciousness and life slips from you. There's a moment in time where everything is completely black and nothing seems to exist. You don't exist. Like before you were born, the consciousness didn't ever find form, but now it's a little different as whatever soul that you embodied knew of God. And it was taken from you. You see a light at the end of this long staircase to what
To heaven?
you believe could be some sort of heaven or sanctuary of love and life. And as you're walking up these steps, almost then you can feel like these shadowy figures grab your back, and grab your legs, and grab your arms, as like almost restrain you from going up the stairs. As you're pulled down, and you kind of collapse, and you're grasping at each step as you're pulled down, like doof, 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 doof. And then the next thing you know is you're smelling this strange burning sound, or not burning smell, and
Wait, did you
You
say
smell.
burning sound?
yeah, fucking
You smell
I'm a
the
bard.
sound
I
of
smell sounds.
synesthesia just hit me of like crossing senses. As you
Your nose hears
Wake.
a smell.
as you awake, like in like a weird, strange gust of life, still upside down, but in front of you, smelling what now you would know as burnt diamond.
Can you smell that smell?
You see a large, bulbous figure in the room with you, sitting down in front of you, which you would know is Mr. Hammer. I received my friend, Tejas Red. What a good hire.
God.
Well, I had to raise you back from the dead just to speak with you once more. This time it's not going to be much of a conversation here. Pretty certain what's your name. I know who your friends are and I know what they have. I know what I want, so it's going to be a quick and easy, let's say task.
Well, I'm an artist always looking for coin.
Good. Well, and good. Wisdom save. DC is 17.
Sorry, I make one?
Yep.
Let me check. Where is wisdom? Three. Fucking TaleSpire.
As you're hanging upside down, slight sway to you, you feel the blood dripping through. Seeping, like still cold on where you were stabbed earlier. You'll now do what I say. One time. And you have this compulsion to listen to him, and almost his voice changes from being speaking towards to now you can hear him inside your head.
Okay.
And Tejas comes and cuts the rope that was tied from your feet. And this really bulbous figure then kind of casts a prestidigitation. Still didn't get it. Clean you up.
I didn't get it last campaign either, don't worry.
Prestidigit. Nope. All right, that's what
Prestidigitation.
he does. That spell. Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
He pressed the did it, done it.
You press the digit, and he cleans you up from all the blood. So you take only 4. You're up to 4 hit points as Chaos feeds you almost 4 feeds, or I guess you'd be at 5 with the raised dead.
5 total.
You're at 5 hit points.
Okay.
You also have some other side effects from being dead, but
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
yes. And you can see Mr. Hammerwand's mouth shut, but you can hear his voice in the back of your head. I'll leave. And you have a compulsion as you kind of like get up and you're cleaned up and just like start walking towards the door. Stop. And you stop moving and he goes, there's a box near the estate. Find the bracelet that your friend has and drop it off in there. Oh, and also, that gem. Somebody you know has. I know. Tell them. Oh, well, retrieve the gem and drop it off in that same box. All right. Exit through the door you came. I think your friends are here. And you just like, almost like, you know, when Plankton's in SpongeBob's brain going like, you just like, as you like turn your back to like look towards Mr. Hammerwand he's like takes out a turkey leg out of his back and just takes a gnaw on it. And
just give him a big thumbs up.
You're under the effects of dominate person.
Jesus, God damn it. This is just going great, guys. Now,
As now everyone, as you guys are, well, I don't think you were calling out towards
The door, whoever's looking at us.
Yep.
Like, oh, good evening.
You see a pair of eyes come through, and then it's shut real quick, and then just. Tell your friends everything went well. And then you see Surge just walking up the steps, and then behind him, the door shut.
Steve, Swing, nothing to worry about. He's right here.
Does he look fine?
Swing, you
Is he
worried
still
about
covered
me?
in-
Oh, you're.
Yeah, is he covered
He's
in
no
blood?
longer
That's
covered
right.
in blood, but he is kind of hunching in a way to where he does look roughed up.
This is just the effects from the fight with the wolves or whatever we had when we got out of the tomb. You know, a long rest and I'll be fine. I'm
I don't
good.
even need a roll for that.
Yeah, I'm insight checking as well.
I don't
14.
need to roll for that.
So when someone's under half health, you can tell that they are damaged. He is. You saw him after the fight. You can tell he has been roughed up.
Right? Yeah.
Even Sphing, like between the last time you saw him and now, you can tell that he was fucked up a little bit.
I'm literally about as healthy as when I went down there. So I don't think Swing would know any different.
Oh, really? Like you were fucked before?
Yeah.
So he might.
Pretty
So
much.
if you were under half health,
I,
then he probably does look the same.
I was under considerably less than half health before.
Oh, then yeah, he looks the same.
Make a deception check then.
Sure.
Well, you're lying to me, right? You're being dominated to tell me everything was fine.
Kirby? I mean, I'll roll a check.
Yeah, go for it.
7.
1.
7? Okay.
Natural 1.
The crits, man.
You can tell he's lying
Let's get out of
in
here.
some regard.
Quickly. And let's do that.
Yep.
Do that.
so,
Alright. You guys leave.
And then I think we
It's
leave
all
the
glass.
area and probably head towards Maggie and Miley's.
Okay.
And then probably after a few blocks of walking quickly, I would we'd start chatting, but definitely out of
Okay,
the
go
area
ahead.
first.
Yeah, so just around you, the crowd is lessening and lessening, but they all still seem to be in some sort of exodus way. Heading back
Sedge?
towards their hotels and stuff to get a good night's rest.
So as we were informed by Schwing here that you potentially had quite a treacherous encounter. In
yeah, what
Thalass.
happened down there? You said
What?
like 10 minutes, dude.
No, Swing, you saw it. They loved my song, right?
Yeah, and
Everybody loved my
so-
song. They
so-
were swinging and dancing. And I went up and I met the owner of the club. He loved my music.
Yeah, that's
He
good.
was a big old fan. He, wished me luck in the upcoming festival and the Battle of the Bands. And if it works out, I might have a gig here in his underground bar. That would be something. So we sat, we drank. He had, oh my God, there was a feast. Did you see the feast from where you were?
No.
Oh,
So
there
what?
was
You were just down
buttered
there
toast
like
and
4 hours hanging around.
potatoes. There was some women. There was a lot of drinking. It was a good time. I told you I'd meet you outside, and here I am, right?
Yeah,
I would
Schwing.
like an insight check to see if he seems drunk.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, you can probably smell booze, but I mean, just from the dinginess of where he was at, so
It is mostly to tell if his story corroborated, but I don't think I have any concept on whether or not the story could be true.
yeah.
It's fine.
Did I notice ever any animals flying into or out of the chimneys?
Good question. Make a passive perception. Or what is your passive perception? No, you did it. You rolled an 18 on the perception,
I rolled.
right? It was like 17 or 18.
It was high. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, just as kind of you didn't take note of it at first, as your first glance is something you've seen a lot in the rainforest where you grew up, and just out and about. Anywhere there's bugs, bats seem to kind of fly through the night. But now that you're thinking back on it, you do notice there was bats flying around the chimneys a little too early in the night, as they're like dusk creatures. But having it's only 3-4 p.m. that it was.
That is
Think
really
about
early.
it was kind of strange that they were out.
Interesting. Okay, that's all. That's all.
Well, Schwing, it appears that you've, a little overworked. Worked over. I think we're all tired after our long time.
Perhaps you're right. We've had a long couple of days. It's been crazy.
I think we potentially all need to just go get some rest. Tomorrow it
I
appears
think
will
you're
be
right.
a chaotic day. We don't even know most of what's going on, nor what's happening tomorrow in the evening. And we have little to go on, quite frankly.
Well, I know. There's the festival is the festival tomorrow.
Yes.
What's her
Tomorrow
name? Yeah, I got a good news. I made the list. I made the gig, so
Oh.
I'll be performing tomorrow at the festival. I've got to be there at 7. I will not be late.
I think she literally said
Also-
6.
I know. I just realized that. Is that this man?
She literally told you
Yep.
you needed to show up at
Yes.
6, and I will be there at 7, and I won't be late.
It's sort of like 6:30. I'm sure it'll be fine. So that's what I have to do tomorrow. We got the festival. It's a big day tomorrow, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, the festival is nice and everything, but I mean, there is some kind of cataclysmic event that we think is happening. We don't know anything of it. We have this gem we could go give to the Archdruid. He's expecting it.
Oh yeah, by the way, I've been meaning to talk to you guys about that.
Okay.
Yeah. What do
as
I
this
want to do with the
conversation starts. Yes, as this conversation starts,
Mm-hmm.
the voice kicks in your head. Oh, yes, that gem would be so lovely if it could get into your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Breeze. No. Okay, it was my Discord. Sorry.
So anyway, it reminds me of a story. My ancestors were slaughtered over a similar gem. Part of why I can't read. Long story. Yeah. I think we should hide it somewhere. I don't think we should carry it. But I don't think we should tell anyone where we put it.
Your stories are hard to follow.
Yeah. Sometime when we have time, I'll tell you some things.
So, because your family was killed because of a rock, and
Ancestors.
also because you can't read, we should hide it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yes, let's hide it somewhere where you would know.
Stop being cocked.
Could hide it in my loot.
Be so obvious.
Just saying, I play my instrument hiding in plain sight, you know?
You don't want to ruin your loot that way. The acoustics would be all thrown off.
I think we can find, if we're going to hide it,
You know what, it would.
Spot than a
yeah.
loot.
Yeah, it needs to be somewhere where we're not carrying it.
I'm just thinking out loud, thinking of places, you know. Alright, we'll move on to the next suggestion. I think mentally back, damn it, I tried. What do you want me to do? Shit.
Well, I mean, we don't really have anywhere. Do you know what we could do?
I hold up my loot in the background.
We
How big
could-
is this thing? It's like this big, isn't it? How
Yeah,
big is
yeah,
it?
like the size of a. It's like the size of a cantaloupe.
Do you know
Yeah,
what we
yeah,
could
it's fucking
do?
huge.
We could put it in a box. And we could mail it to somewhere in the town.
Oh,
Then
but if
it
mail
won't. We
mail
won't
it
even
to
know.
Warren.
We won't even know where it is at any point in time. It will be moving, and we will only know its whereabouts at the end, after the event has happened. Therefore, even if we are interrogated, we can't tell them where it is because it is somewhere in the mail system. In a pouch of a postman,
That-
walking down a street.
No.
And we don't
Nope.
know where it
Nope.
is. But
Don't
it
think
will
that's a good idea.
arrive to the place which we want after a set amount of time. We can retrieve it
I-
once again.
I once spent some time in a town called Chicago, and the mail was terrible. Believe me, it was not reliable. I don't do it. It's
I
not
don't
good.
believe that at all. We've used the mail quite reliably.
Have we?
And the lady that runs this.
She seems quite trustworthy. She was not... Lionel, has she looked inside of any packages you've sent?
Of course not. She's a professional, sir.
Yes, she's not going to know what's in there. She's go, here's a box. I've got many boxes. I mail them. That's what she does.
Small knickknacks and
You
things,
do
and
make a
some
strong
fine
argument,
treasures.
Owen.
Fine, but something this important,
This important, it
I
will be
would not
hidden
trust it.
where no one knows until the time it's delivered.
And what if we need it?
Don't think
It is
that's a
lost
good idea,
in the
sir.
mail.
What
We
would-
need it for what?
When does
We
mail
don't
get
even know
lost?
what it
Publish will ever
is.
work.
What was that?
The post office could work. Let them have it. As now you can almost gauge that
Uh-huh.
he's able to see through your eyes as well.
Do you trust the postal workers? Like, really trust them?
Trust them, but I don't trust anybody with this gem besides us.
Well, we don't even have to be the ones to deliver it. We could pay a page or some kind of boy. We hand him the package, give him several gold, say, mail this. Bring us a receipt. And it's in the mail. Safe as can be. They don't know it comes from us.
I say, if we take it out into the middle of the woods,
Out of character, I just think that's really a good way to hide something for a day or two. Like, that's a fantastic
Honestly,
way
it's not.
to just,
Lose
like,
it in
where
the
is
mail.
it? I
It's
couldn't
just
tell
lost
you.
in the
I
mail.
couldn't tell you
that's
where it is.
so bad.
Like
I,
right
well,
now?
I know where it is. I know where it's going to be 5 days from now. I do not have any idea where it is.
I don't.
Any.
I think we just take it out into the woods and bury it.
And then what happens when someone asks you where it is? In the
Say,
woods.
I don't know.
I know where it is. In the woods.
Sphinx's a tough guy. He would never submit
Swing,
to
where is the rock
torture.
right now?
Right?
I'm not sure.
Where is the rock,
What?
Swing?
I'm not sure.
We
What
need
do
to
you-
find
what?
it. We need to mail it. Where is it?
I don't.
This is critical. We've been talking about how important this is. You were supposed to have it. What have you done? And I shake him on the shoulders. This is critical!
I start going through my pouches, like, oh shit.
Where
do
did
I
you
have
put it? Find it!
don't
Find it
know.
quickly!
I don't have it. I lost it. I lost it.
Well, then there's no point. We failed. Because of you. I'm gonna try to. I'm trying to really get to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a deception check, I guess. Natural 20. This is all crumbling down because of your inability, Schwing, to keep track of the stone. Your job to save the
You
town.
can oppose it. You can
Yeah.
oppose it. It's a
Total
it's a natural
21.
20, but
Total of 21.
What am I rolling? A history check?
And I'm lying to you, so I guess it would be insight.
yeah, but
I'm trying to convince
yeah,
you.
I'll t-
I'm trying to
insight, yeah.
convince you that this is all your fault. And that you
Swing
can't
is
find the
trying his
rock.
damn hardest now. He would not know.
There was a total of 21.
22.
22?
Yeah.
Oh man. It's your fault, Schwing. We've failed because of you. You don't know where the rock is.
Wait, no, 9. I had the vials, not the stone. I have the vials. I don't have the stone.
Interesting. You're more adept at
Yeah.
this than I thought.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now,
I say we give it to Schwing. To
the
hold.
stone.
We give it to Schwing. Schwing gets on Ikolai and goes somewhere. Does whatever he wishes and doesn't tell us. He's shown that he can stand up under interrogation.
Oh no. Oh no. What have you done, Clay?
volunteer to ride with.
I did my one test, and you succeeded, and I now
So that's
Plausible-
hardly any interrogation.
plausible deniability. Now I trust me, Lionel. I will break many with my interrogation skills. I am no amateur.
Sphinx, he seems to have a good heart. I don't know if he wants to.
Well, he just
For how
needs to
long
protect
do
it
we
for
want him
one
to
day.
take it?
We need him to hide it and not
One
tell
day?
any of us where it is. Protect it until the event is finished. Put it somewhere that it won't be found.
Yeah, okay. I think I have an
Agree to
idea.
Lionel,
Yes, sir.
the stone, please, if you will.
Right now, right here in the open.
Well put. Let's find an alley.
Maybe we should just go back to our
No one will
rooms.
expect unsavory business to be done in an alley.
9, let's go to our rooms. Let's go back to Maggie Miley's.
Well, you're in charge.
I would love to rest. Yes, please.
Okay.
Bard asked to identify the stone during the night. Maybe see what it's about. As you guys have this conversation as you're walking back to Maggie and Miley. Also, that bracer on that cup. Retrieve it. As you guys make your way through the town.
I still think, as we go, I still think the post office was a grand idea.
I think that is too many hands to touch the stone.
What better than in-house?
Put it in a house. That's what you're suggesting.
No, by in-house I just mean, keep it in our hands. People that we trust, people that we know, and vet and not interrogate, interview. You know.
Well, we know what I vote for giving it to Schwing to hide, and not tell any of us. One person who knows its whereabouts. We can be at the inn.
Yeah, as you guys make your way back. As you guys are kind of briskly having this conversation, you guys make your way into Maggie and Miley's. You all notice that both Maggie and Miley are on near the register, kind of like the counter area, and they're both like embracing each other and slightly weeping. But as you guys kind of briskly walk to your rooms to continue this conversation, that's just kind of what you notice. And you guys can continue the conversation.
Perhaps it would be better to take it to the Archdruid.
You know, that thought did cross my mind as well.
He did at least know something about it.
And we did get the go ahead from the other group.
Did you put what did your gut say? I mean,
What did we
Give
we
it to
don't
the
even know
Arch-
what it is.
Don't resist.
if you can trust your friends' recommendations, I guess fine. But I don't. Your gut was. I don't want to try to tell you what to do with it. I don't even know what the stone does. Seems like your forte, your area of expertise. I'm just here for the songs. Do 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 do. Josh Stewart didn't seem so bad, but
Did imprison us.
I am still
It
of the mind it
imprisons.
should be hidden from everyone and buried.
Don't tell us
Somewhere.
what you plan to do, just in case you do get the job of hiding it.
Who says I was going to bury it?
You did.
Oh,
Just now.
you're right. I did.
what
Sorry.
if
Unless that's a lie. And I scratch my head and I think,
we just flip a coin
well,
Yeah,
I'd have to take
that's-
time.
between?
I'd have to take
That's
time
good.
and interrogate everyone to see who can last under interrogation.
If it's heads, I will bury it, or if it's tails, I won't. Or will
If
I?
you get it, I'm saying between you
I think
and
Schwing makes a good point. He's clearly
the male
sneaky.
and the archdruid. I guess that's a three-sided coin.
Even if Schwing told me he knew where it was, I wouldn't believe him.
Yeah, you guys totally didn't believe me earlier, and you probably shouldn't have because he's fine and right
Exactly.
here.
That's true, but that's beside the point. No one else will believe anything he says. Oh, I have the magic rockets right over here. What do? You go, what is that crazy man doing? That crazy cat man. And his magic
Crazy
rock.
crackhead.
I don't know. You heard my thoughts on what should happen. But I won't commandeer the group. We don't know anything. We don't know anything.
If we give it to the archdruid, we know it's here.
Maybe it's best we don't know. Maybe it's best that no one gets it.
Don't
We
So
know
many
want
people
it?
seem to be interested in this thing.
We know that at least the Archdruid won't give it to the corporation, and it has been under his care for years. So really, perhaps just returning it to the Archdruid's care. Perhaps,
Maybe
If it
that's
ain't
the
broke,
best.
don't fix it.
perhaps this isn't our burden.
Yeah. I'm kinda thinking that now.
What? Do we have a use for the gem?
We don't know even what it does.
Do we know what even? We don't know what it does. Well, maybe the archdruid
Might
knows
I
it. Story might know what it does.
Might I seize a gem?
You
Where are
have
we?
it. Did you lose it again?
Oh,
No,
did
you do
I
have
already
it.
receive
You
it?
have it.
No, I just want to see if I can break him again.
Oh no. I thought it was handed off. It might not have been.
No, not yet. We were looking for a place
Okay.
to. Yeah.
Gotcha.
13 is my roll that I did to try and shake you.
What am I rolling against?
I think it was deception, so whatever you want. I'm trying to lie to you to make you
Insight.
think that you have it and have lost it again.
I rolled a 6.
You have it!
Is that a fail? Did I fail?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had a 13.
Yeah.
Did you...
What? When did you give it to me? I swear we came in to the bedroom, we sat down, we started the conversation.
You've
Is it
been...
not that-
You had it for 2 hours.
What? Fuck! When did you give it to me? I don't...
Maybe we don't hide it with him.
Pim, do you have it?
Immediately pointing fingers.
Pim.
No.
Perhaps swing is not our best choice.
No, I'm serious. It's the best idea.
But you've lost it twice now.
If we give it
No,
to him, he
just
might lose
once.
it for real, and then we might lose it for real. At least with the Archdruid, we know where it is, and if it goes wrong, we know who to investigate.
Fine, then tomorrow we mail it to the Archdruid.
That's actually
Volunteer
not the
to
worst
hide.
idea.
I'd rather not. put us in-
Volunteer to
Thi-
hide it yourself.
This is the worst idea. The best idea is having me hide it. God damn it, that was all out of character.
I genuinely,
I-
have no idea what to do, so.
Yeah, this is very confusing.
I can
I
keep
don't know what
holding
to
on.
do
I
either.
can keep holding on to it.
Are we worried about someone coming to take it? We can potentially sleep in shifts and just put a guard up instead. Is that
Maybe we
sufficient?
should do that
I don't.
because
I don't need much sleep.
Wh-
It's just genetics. But
Well, we can cover you then, and then we can stay in the same room as to be of this available while we rest. And then just we'll deal with it after we rest.
yeah,
We can
Yeah, we need a
barricade-
guard.
We can all barricade one room and just sleep in it, and
it seems like people are definitely like after
Derek,
it.
who else has been after this gem?
well, it appears everyone in town.
Literally everyone. Yeah.
I guess we
You
don't
say
know
so.
that guy was after.
Yeah, you
but
don't know.
we were being. We
We
were
know of at
spotted
least
by.
two
We were
groups.
spotted by the two guys.
Yep.
So.
At
that's
least
just-
2 groups,
we
maybe
have
3.
been being watched by more than one group.
There's the purple bandanas, the red armbands, the archdruid,
And then there's the light livery one.
yeah, the black vests.
What if we just
The
mail
black
it now
vests.
before we go to sleep?
It's closed. We just came from there.
Ah,
The
Good
post
information.
office is closed. If there's one thing we know in this campaign, it's the post office hours.
Even on holidays.
5 p.m. shop.
4 on holidays.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we barely made it in today.
Noon on Saturdays,
Sundays.
So, what
closed
are
on Sundays.
you all doing here? It is probably about 5-6 p.m. Like early for a night's rest, but you guys are mostly exhausted and
Yeah.
tapped of resources.
We
so
traveled
it wouldn't
a
be.
long ass way and fought today. Like,
It has been a long day, so if you want to, like, if you rest, it wouldn't be out of crazy too. But yeah, what's going on?
the only thing I'm going to want to do is try to plead the case for me to take the gem to
Go ahead.
Coben and Lionel in private after
Okay.
everyone's gone to their rooms, and then I want to have a discussion with Coben. I don't know if we
Got
have
it.
time for that tonight.
Yeah, we could probably do the
decided
Let's
that
discussion.
Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it.
Yeah.
We'll get as
Oh,
far as we
we-
can.
I thought we decided we were gonna like guard the gym. That's
don't
what I
think we
was-
did- we didn't
that's the
decide.
plan.
That was proposed,
Okay.
but I do think we should at least do multiple in the room with it.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with
Not
that.
a bad idea.
Never have more than less than 2 or 3 of us on it.
Seems
We
valuable.
can take shifts.
Okay, so who funds the first one? I guess if we're taking shifts with 2 or 3 of us.
Well, Lionel said he doesn't need much sleep, so I think it would be okay to let him sleep first to get his
Yep.
time.
I also do not need much sleep.
The elves, drow, and you wood elf or high elf?
Wood elf.
Both. Only
Is
need
this kind
4
of common
hours.
knowledge that they don't sleep much.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a racial thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we can just sleep in the room, and then the elves can take the 2 watches and stay up all night the rest of the time.
I think that's a good idea.
So you guys go ahead and take the same room and get your sleep in. So we'll stay in the tavern since it's only evening time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
Well, I'm gonna stay in the tavern. I don't need to. I'm not gonna go sit in a room for 4 hours. I'll have dinner.
Okay.
I'll drink. I'll see why they're crying. I'm gonna tell them, you're going to draw more of those creatures. In a not helpful way. Just point out that the depression monsters will come if you keep crying, so stop crying. In like a not very nice way.
No, yeah. You've had a long day.
The depression monsters will return if you keep being depressed.
They're not quite tears of depression. It's more relief.
Oh,
As Miley kind of speaks up. Like, we sold the tavern today.
you sold the tavern?
We'll be able. Yes. A nice man came in here around noon, and we made a great offer, and we signed off on it, and
Oh my god.
it's just gonna be for the best, the 2 of us, and
Yes,
we'll still be able to work here and stuff, and nothing
Well,
will change, but
That's not true.
we'll be able to
I'm sure
live
it
our
won't
life.
go terribly wrong. I don't elaborate.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I'm sure it'll be garbage. Of course, you sold it today. I don't know if we can rest here.
Down in the tavern. If I hear that news, I grew up here. I'm gonna drink with Maggie and Miley. I'm gonna say, hey, celebrate! You sold it.
I'm
You,
gonna drink wine.
Retire early.
I think I'm drinking about
Right.
my problems.
All right, as the 2 elves sleep and Coben and Serge are drinking. Sping, what are you doing during this?
I think I wouldn't be drinking with them. I'd be drinking at a table or a booth. I don't want to hear about
Okay.
their stupid ideas.
Yeah, you're just like, ugh.
Fuck those guys. I'm gonna go drink.
Yep.
I'm gonna go over and sit down with Coben
Okay.
and follow his ass.
Yeah, I think he just goes to a table kind
I'm
of by
just
himself.
Pick a secluded table. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
about what they have to talk about. That's what it is.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me and Serge. I'm
no,
sorry.
I mean Maggie, Mike,
No,
and
no.
Serge having their celebration about selling the thing to a horrible
And as
corporation
those
that's only
3
gonna go
are
wrong.
as those 3 are kind of doing a quick celebration of that. It's
Coben,
Yes.
do you remember in the basement when we had our first battle?
if this basement.
Was it this basement?
This was
Yeah.
the
Was.
basement in which we
Yeah.
had our first battle, yes. I recall.
Well, I got bit, and it's not good.
Bit
With
by one of the I forget what they were called.
The boggles?
The
the
boggles.
lycanthropes.
Shifters.
The lycanthropes.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I'll kind of like roll up and show them the.
I'd like to make a history check to have I stories or descriptions of lycanthropy bites. Not really a
Yeah, I
medicine
think
check. I'm
with-
not trying to like
Sure.
diagnose
Yeah,
or
I think
fix
with
it.
your
Just descriptions
your
through the religion or
backstory,
stuff.
I don't even know if you need
You
to
can be a
roll for
religion
this.
check if you okay.
Yeah, you can tell that he's definitely bit, and the way it's kind of like spider webbing out through the tufts of his fur, that it doesn't seem like the early parts of lycanthropy.
Do I know stages?
Usually it's in line with the moon, so the first stage, or like any, it's basically like a pre-stage of like it like not infesting, but kind of
Taking root.
taking root, yes, and then at some sort of phase in the moon, usually a full moon or some sort of big moon event, it fully takes hold.
Well, it appears you're correct, String, and tomorrow will be the first lunar cycle completion. It's full moon, which is when the moon touch become permanent and the blessing takes hold.
Is there anything
they
I can
shift
do?
on the first one?
They do.
Well, if we had... Oh, well, I wish you would have informed me sooner. I could have done more. We could have given you a piece of moonstone to help with controlling your first change. It
Uh-oh.
wouldn't be... I worry that with the extreme amounts of lunar energy with the glow tomorrow, it could be quite dramatic. Is it like at midnight is when things happen?
Yep. From the relay of I think Surge telling you the
I mean, for the
events,
lycanthrope, like when did the change happen? Is it like at midnight? For the
yeah.
Okay.
Is that mid? Okay.
It is it's at midnight, and that's also when the headliner is going on at the Cidium Glow Festival.
Well, we may need to isolate you tomorrow during the midnight hour.
Is there anything I should do? I know you are a big follower of Sehanin.
Yes,
Maybe the church could help me.
unfortunately, nothing in that church at the moment could help you.
You don't think there's anything
Was
that
there
maybe they
pieces
put
of
on
moonstone in
display?
there?
There were.
There was, yeah. It was on like display.
Yeah.
Remember, it was like in a
Yeah.
a
Well,
box of like,
perhaps
this is
there-
what would be.
Perhaps we.
We still have the eyeball. We
And
never nailed it, did we?
Do
Or is that what we did?
this is like, since the Sahanine churches are like pals of lycanthropes, are there normally in big churches places where one could put someone going through a change? Is that a service that would be? Is
You know, I will
lycanthrope
allow-
rooms?
I will allow that lore to exist.
Okay, Like, if we're pals, like, do we have like this is the change room for when you're new at this?
But it would be an exhibit now of like where there's just a rope and be like, this would be where you would put somebody who is shifting for the night, and like they would be okay.
No.
They can't hurt themselves, and they won't be able to hurt other people.
Well, I believe this is a quite extreme circumstance. I don't know.
Put this thing on display.
We may need to break into the Church of Sehanin.
Yeah, but I just
Coben is
wanted to
secretly
bring
hyped
it.
about breaking into that fucking monstrosity.
I just wanted to let you know you seemed like you knew the most
that
about
was a
this
very
sort
wise
of
decision.
thing.
Very wise decision.
I
Your blessing is just that, a blessing, but it does. Sehanin is a huntress. And hunting is both thrilling and dangerous.
Do you have any pamphlets or like some free literature? Maybe a
Lionel
brochure?
100% does. But he's sleeping at the moment. I don't carry anything with me.
Ah, okay.
I don't even carry my own money. So
Yes, that seems really nice having somebody carry your. I mean, I use
I
Eagle
definitely
Eye,
recommend
but
hiring a manservant. I fully recommend it.
Eagle Eye is free for the most part.
And with this conversation, as it kind of tails off, I think we'll end here.
I think it would just like the fade out being me describing the change, what I've read about it, like what to expect on your first change as a lycanthrope.
And it is painful but liberating.
Yeah. You'd be like scared excited for it, I think. Because Coben thinks it's great. And he would give you the great review of it. It's like a tattoo. It's like, oh, it hurts, but like kind of fun.
I'm terrified.
I love tattoos.
Schwing's not terrified. I am terrified.
Well, with
I
that,
should be dead.
the dark episode comes to a conclusion.
Amazing.
What happened?
I am so just absolutely out of depth on what the fuck we should do.
There's
No.
so much
There's
shit
no
going on.
clear-cut thing to do because
We have to go
There's
make what we're almost sure is a wrong decision
yep.
and just make it.
No, it's not wrong. Go and do it. Just turn it into
We
the.
can bury it and just get rid of the biggest plot item, and like that's gotta not be a good call. Or we can
Fine.
give it
This
to
thing.
just one
Give-
of
no,
multiple
give it to
mysterious people, which is also
it to-
just not gonna go well.
I had to
Give it
pull up
this
my
thing.
rules because for a moment there, I was like, they might destroy it.
That yeah, but it's fucking
Um,
interesting. Good session. This is a
Hell
wild
yeah.
episode.
Yeah. I was hoping to get through at least part of that last time we played, but well,
Ida.
Hurricanes.
that
All
happened. Hurricane.
right, peace out, stream.
So, peace out. Thanks for
I
showing.
stream.
Have a good night.